In this video, I'm going to teach you the 1.5 mount, also called the 1.5 mount. It looks like this. So this trick is one of your basic mounts, but unlike the rest of the basic mounts where you land the yo-yo on top of the string, like the trapeze, or double or nothing, or even man on the flying trapeze and his brother, the 1.5 mount is different because you have to mount on the underside of the string, and that adds a level of complication that just makes it a little bit more tricky to master. But like all those other mounts, there's a lot of great tricks that are built on the 1.5 mount, so it's a good one to focus on and to learn. You just need to be a little bit more patient with yourself. But I'll give you as many tips as I can. So when you're thinking about this mount at first, the way that it's set up is kind of like the trapeze. First, you're going to go over your first finger on your opposite hand, but you're going to let the yo-yo continue to swing around so that it goes over the first finger on your yo-yo hand, and then you're going to mount it on the underside of the string coming off of the yo-yo going over that first finger. The first time you're practicing this trick, it might be a little bit easier if, instead of just going right into the mount, if you just position the string over your fingers like this, and then swing the yo-yo a little bit and rock it up into the mount like that. But chances are the first time you actually hit the mount, this might happen, where the string and the yo-yo, they just bump into your finger and it kills the spin. Chances are the reason that that's happening is because you do need to bring your hands together just a little bit as the yo-yo is passing over the first finger of your yo-yo hand. That'll allow the string to cushion the yo-yo as it goes over, and it also gives it a little bit more room so it doesn't run into your finger. And that motion is pretty subtle. You're going to pretty much keep your yo-yo hand still, but you're going to move your opposite hand in just a tiny, tiny bit, again, just to cushion the yo-yo as it hits the mount. Now, once you get comfortable with that and you're landing the mount a little bit more consistently, then you want to try to get the yo-yo into the mount without stopping the motion of the yo-yo. But again, it might be a little bit easier if instead of going right into it, if you slow the motion of the yo-yo down a little bit and then pull it up into the mount. And in order to do that, what you need to do is bring your hands together just a little bit as the yo-yo goes over your yo-yo hand. And that'll slow the yo-yo down, but you can see now it's too far away from my finger to mount the yo-yo onto the string. So what you need to do is pull your hands apart, and that can get the yo-yo close enough to this hand and it can get enough action on it so it'll actually go over and land onto the string. So if you were watching me, you might have noticed that when I'm doing that, I actually raise my opposite hand up a little bit relative to my yo-yo hand. The reason I do that is because it gives me a little bit more control, and it also puts less pressure from the string on this first finger of my opposite hand, so I don't get string burns quite as bad by pulling the yo-yo up. And like I said, just slowing it down a little bit, it gives you a little bit more time to think about what you're doing to get the yo-yo into the mount. So as you start practicing the mount this way, you may find that you start missing the trick a whole lot. So the first thing that you want to do to keep yourself from missing is make sure that you're keeping your yo-yo hand perfectly still as you're practicing this. And the second thing is you want to pay attention to if you're missing with the yo-yo on the outside or on the inside. If you're missing with the yo-yo passing on the outside, most likely that means that you're keeping your opposite hand too close to your body. If you're missing with the yo-yo on the inside of the string, or if you're hitting this back string coming off of your yo-yo hand, then that means that your opposite hand is too far forward. So if you can keep everything perfectly straight, you'll have a lot more success with this particular mount. Now, once you have that technique down, then you really just want to perfect the trick, and that's where you just throw right into the mount. And everything that you've learned so far will definitely help, as well as other things that you've learned from other mounts. You definitely want to land the yo-yo as close as you can to the first finger on your yo-yo hand. You need to make sure that you're not too far forward or too far back with your opposite hand. And as long as your breakaway throw is straight, you should find yourself having success with this pretty quickly if you've mastered the two previous techniques that we've showed you. Now, one thing that I've been doing this whole time I've been doing this trick is I've been bending my yo-yo finger in to create enough separations between the strings so that I don't accidentally hit both strings. And that's something you should get in a habit of doing, of course. But for a lot of advanced tricks, you need even more separation than that. And so I'm going to teach you one last technique that is just something that's kind of nice to have in your back pocket, so when you get to those tricks, you're already used to it. So what you want to do with this is, as you throw the yo-yo, you want to grab the string coming off of your yo-yo finger with your ring finger and your pinky on your yo-yo hand. And that way, you can see when you get into the mount, there's so much more distance between the front and the back string. Now what I like to do is I like to grab the string as the yo-yo is passing over my opposite hand, but before I fully get into the mount. And you can see it's really fast, and it's not something you have to think about a whole lot, but it does take just a little bit more practice. And so if while you're working on this particular version of the 1.5 mount, you just want to practice that every now and then, it'll set you up for more advanced play. So like we said, the 1.5 mount, it's going to be a little bit more tricky than the rest of the mounts that you've already learned, but this one is definitely worth it because a lot of the best tricks are built off the 1.5 mount. So be patient with yourself, and that is the 1.5 or the 1.5 mount.